birthday presents are just birthday presents to some, but for me, I like to take it a step further and make it a little bit more personal. Because birthdays are not just another reason to party. To me, it's a day to thank that special person for existing in this world and also to thank the universe for putting them in my life. Now, a very special friend's birthday is looming, and I've decided to get the help of a crazily creative woman with a really good eye. In fact, she took a huge leap of faith to follow her bliss, to become a full-time collector of happy things. She's the sunshine and joy behind this unique and beautiful store called I Love Snack Food. It's my friend Adeline Chong.
I Love Snack Food pays tribute to our childhood days where we live for simple joys. Their collectibles range from unique objects with a past to one-of-a-kind embellishments. It brings back good memories just by looking at all the items on display.
I notice you have a great collection here, of course. How do you determine what's treasure and what's trash, for example?
It's very simple. I think it's actually very different for everyone, especially for collectors. For me, it's about sentimental values because I treasure travel. I treasure my childhood time, that certain period of time when I grew up with, and I guess being personal and being hands-on and staying true to that value that, okay, this is where I came from, and that's how we pick.
Oh, okay, speaking of stuff, okay, my friend's birthday, she is a very feminine type of girl. But I would like to feed her imagination.
Okay, all right. I might have something for you.
Like what?
What about something like this? This is a dish. In the middle, you can put your own plants. You grow your own plants. What's good for it is it's good for loose ends. You know, like kind of like coins, rings.
But to be honest, I think for my friend, this is a bit too abstract for her. She likes to think she's creative and quirky.
She needs to get it.
Yeah, but she's slowly, you know, getting it.
Yeah.
But you know, I've always wondered, where do you get your stuff?
Amcott Mall is a good place to be.
Really?
You know about the flea markets,
yes,
right?
and I heard they have very nice, you know, clothes, vintage clothes as well.
Do they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go
You should bring me there. Okay.
Together, yeah.
Yes.
Amcott Mall began hosting its flea market in 1998, making it one of the first malls to start this shopping trend in Malaysia.
I like vintage clothes, but I never really thought, where can I find good ones, you know, because the sizes and just good ones.
My favorite stall is that one over there. It looks bare, but there's always like one or two pieces, you know, treasures amongst the trash.
It's so cheap.
Yes, $5 a piece, right? I know,
Yes.
look at this one.
And because of the cheap price and wide variety of vintage clothing, shoppers are constantly drawn to the stalls here every weekend without fail.
Oh my God, Ad.
This is so beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Can you put this on? Now there's no fitting room.
Oh, okay.
Do you mind just slipping it on?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. The thing with vintage clothes shopping is you gotta use a lot of imagination, right? Because you can't really see how it fits on you exactly, and you gotta imagine, okay, if I wear a belt, will it be okay?
But you're gonna like help me out, right?
Of course. Come, let me hold your bag first and foremost.
The best way to overcome the lack of fitting rooms is to come dressed in simple outfits so you can easily try on clothes over whatever you're wearing. Also, make sure you know your own body size and shape so you'll recognize what style works best for your physique. You must be patient and willing to spend a little more time running your fingers through every rack because thrift stalls have great finds, but great finds mean diligent hunting. And always set a budget beforehand so you don't end up spending more than intended, like myself.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen anything from my friend actually.
That's because you keep eyeing on the dresses.
That's what happens, we get carried away somehow.
You know what? I'm going to Penang soon. Do you want to join me? Because there's a lot of like, I'm going thrifting again.
It sounds awesome. I'm sure Penang has a lot of hidden spots which only you know.
Come with me. Yes, I'll show you like
it's a deal. Sold.
Okay.
All right, let me pay for this first.
I love recreating retro makeup because you can always look sexy but in a girl next door sort of way. So let me show you how to get this fresh-faced and classic pin-up girl makeup. Firstly, your eye makeup should be kept light and natural. Sweep a cream-colored eyeshadow all over your lids with a clean finger. Next, blend a neutral warm taupe color along the crease of your eyes to create some depth. Pin-up girl makeup is all about the sexy cat eyes. Line your eyes with some black eyeshadow and draw the line upwards as if you're extending your lower lash line. Then, use a pointed tip black liquid liner and trace over the black eyeshadow to intensify the winged liner. Pick up some black eyeshadow again with an angled brush and soften the sharp lines. Now, clean up the edges with a cotton bud and no one will have to know about how messy it actually is to get the perfect winged liner. After that, curl your lashes and apply mascara. Be sure to really get into the roots of your lashes. But if you want full, bold and flirty lashes, use false eyelashes. Then, just go over the lash band with more black eyeshadow to cover the glue. No pinup girl is seen without rocking some bright red lipstick, so choose a rich red shade that works well with your skin tone. Fill in your lips with a lip brush to get the perfect plump red lips. Next, blend a peach-colored cream blush on the apples of your cheeks with your finger. Finally, seal the entire look by filling in your brows with matte brown eyeshadow because pinup girls were always seen with dramatic brows. Now, let's move on to your hair. Start off by curling the ends of your hair in different sections. Then, gather your hair into a loose ponytail with an elastic band. Choose a hairband with a cute design of your choice and tie it over your hair. Fold the knots inwards to hide any loose cloth. Secure the hairband with some bobby pins and push your bangs out of the way. Remove the elastic band afterwards and comb your hair into a nice and high ponytail with a teasing comb. Next, tease your hair to create more volume in your ponytail. Finally, finish off the look by curling your fringe. And you're done. This is the perfect look to rock for any girl because it makes you look innocent and sultry at the same time. So go ahead, try out this pinup girl makeup. I promise you'll love this look. Next on G-thang.
Okay, come, let's speed up.
Just the thought of Lynn is such a busy woman. We had to put our next shopping trip on hold for quite a while until we finally met up again, much later for our journey up north. It's been such a long time since I last stepped into the most populated and advanced island in Malaysia, Penang.
And Lynn and I have touched down at the Pearl of the Orient, feeling like mega huge rock stars at the moment because we're checking in Hard Rock Hotel, baby. What do you feel so far?
I feel like a whole blob of energy just like
surging through. You feel the James Dean, you feel the Lindsay Lohan, the Beatles and all that.
everything.
Okay, I'll play my air guitar, you hit bang, okay?
The one and only Hard Rock Hotel in Malaysia is a luxury resort situated along the famous beaches of Batu Ferringhi. We decided to check into one of the 250 guest rooms first to freshen up, but we were so engrossed by the hotel memorabilia that we lost each other for a moment.
There you are. Where have you been? I've been looking for you for so long.
I've been waiting for you because we are in Penang. It's like if we don't eat now, we will lose a meal.
I know.
And that is blasphemous.
I'm constantly hungry in Penang. All the time.
Just the thought of Penang makes me hungry.
Okay, are you ready?
Let's not waste time. Let's go.
Well, I know for a fact that we're definitely going to put on some extra pounds after devouring Penang food in all its glory. But who cares? We're on holiday.
How did you decide to leave your full-time job and start snack food? I'm sure there's a story behind that. Like, you know...
It was just the fatigue that, you know, I think the long hours. So I always question my capability in terms of can I handle a business on my own.
When you first took that leap of faith all those years back, left your full-time job to start snack food, did you expect it to come this far?
Well, the business has actually went beyond my expectation, but I know that as long as I put in the same passion and interest and it's a very honest business, it will be sustainable. I think that's very important business values to me.
And when you first started out, I remember seeing you in the market when we first met all those years ago, and your tagline was collector of happy things. So, obviously, what makes you happy?
Freedom, the freedom to travel and the freedom to do the things that I want to do. I think it's a state of mind, you know, so when you have that freedom of like, I can do anything that I want to do, that makes me happy. And I want my customers to be collectors of happiness.
So out of all the things that you collected that you still have in your lifetime,
Which would you say is your most precious one, the proudest one that you have?
It's a very tough question because I see a lot of very different, unique things. But I guess two of my favorite things is my chair, the chair that I'm sitting on in my office. I call it the Guru Besar chair. The second one is actually a light globe.
Light globe?
Yeah, so there's nothing special about it, but it's the fact that my husband found this and he actually fixed it back. So that's actually quite precious to me as well.
But beyond that, what are your future plans for snack food?
I would like to work with more foreign and local designers to come out with more product design that is very home related. I would like snack food to take on like a modern take of how, and it still have a nostalgic feel, but it has a modern twist to it.
Yeah, speaking about finding stuff, I've eaten all the mangoes. Do you still have some more mangoes?
Just as I started to feel the symptoms of food coma after all that food, it hit me. The best way to burn off all these calories is shopping. A brand new day calls for a brand new mission. We better forget about Penang food for now and start exploring places that only insiders like Adeline have scouted before. What's our first stop at?
I think let's turn to the right to the little shop called Mr. Leong.
Oh, okay, come. There's no time to be wasted.
She brought me to a humble shop in Georgetown, and I can already sense some interesting finds after seeing the old pre-war buildings lining this street.
Wow, this is nice.
This is beautiful. I think this is very rare because it is in Chinese. The countries are in Chinese. Look.
Yeah, so okay, it's from
And what
China.
I love about this is that it has a relief texture and it's very obvious.
Yes. Okay, that's definitely in the list, but
Let's
wow, look at
see.
all his old photos. Oh, look at that kabaya, that's styling, man. With
That
the
man
car.
is handsome.
Yeah, it's like a James Dean kind of feel. I love how like it gives us a look into how life was.
It brings back the
then.
nostalgic feeling.
Like, look at the vibe.
And there's some kind of familiarity because you kind of know where it comes from. Like, there's
Yeah.
one in Penang, like this one, North Coast Road. Well, we could like have a collection of landmark shots and actually frame them up and make it into like a wall art. What do you think?
Ooh, sounds like a great idea.
Yes.
But we must
It's like
look.
jigsaw. It's like fixing them together into one piece
Yes,
of work.
yes,
right?
yes.
I couldn't find anything suitable for my friend's birthday at this shop, so I guess we'll continue our search. But I hope I won't end up shopping for myself instead, though.
I'm like in a trance state now. Where are we going to next?
Oh look, there is
Oh.
I think it's this old man, the wall art.
So it was a mural before. Oh, yeah, now I see the collar at the side.
Yes. So I heard that within the heritage zone, there's a lot more fresher wall arts that's popped up. So let's go check it out.
Let's do it. By
Okay.
foot or are we still walking?
Let's rent a bike. Can you cycle?
I like the sound of that.
All right.
Oh, this is so awesome! This reminds me of those old Japanese wartime bikes. Even has the bell!
Georgetown was awarded the World Heritage Site of Penang by UNESCO. Since its inscription, this town has developed into a vibrant showcase of street art. This movement began in 2009, which brought stories of rich street history through the brilliant caricatures of cartoonists like Tang Mun Kian and Baba Chua.
Okay, come, let's speed up.
A few years later, artist Ernest Zakarivic was engaged in painting a collection of murals for the 2012 Georgetown Festivals. The murals have since drawn locals and tourists in increasing numbers and enhanced interest in the streets of Georgetown.
When you have the urge to splurge, sure, you can go to a big commercialized mall, but trust me, nothing can top the feeling of unearthing a hidden gem underneath what looks like a big pile of rubble. And this is the Lorong Kulit Flea Market, the biggest one here in Penang. And I can see that Adeline's already in the zone, right?
Yep.
You're
I'm not
ready to
focusing
go.
on you, Ri.
Yeah, I know, your eyes are all over, you've got your eagle eye on, let's go.
Okay.
There's no telling what you'll discover at Lorong Kulit, but one thing's for sure, like our previous thrift shopping experience, you have to look hard to find something of great value. Sometimes you may come across something else that strikes your fancy, which you weren't even looking for in the first place. Now this is serendipity at its best.
I'm getting this briefcase because I'm in love with briefcase.
Oh, it's so pretty and it's so
It is,
thick.
right?
I've not seen
Such a thick one.
And look at the hinges,
I
it's
think-
so awesome.
Yes, everything is very good.
We're getting this, it's not for my friend, it's just for myself, but you know, that's what happens.
It's all about being at the right place at the right time. If you find a forgotten treasure under a pile of throwaways, don't think too much. Just bargain, wheel a good deal, and grab it while you can. I actually spotted a black suitcase which might just be the perfect gift for my friend.
Let's see what's inside. 1 million, yes!
Wow. Oh wow, okay, the inside's a bit dirty.
Well, no problem. I think what we could do is I could help you to, let's do some DIY. Buy fabric and reline it.
Ooh, and I can choose the color that she likes and all that, right?
Yes.
What do you look for when you look at a luggage like that?
I won't complex you, but generally look at the design, the colors, and also the condition before you look at the age, you know, because with old stuff, you can only you put priority to those first, right? Okay. So I think this is a good buy. And it's party.
Yeah.
You can like throw it on something.
All right. We've decided this will be for my friend. And then I can put something new inside. Like a candy bar.
Right?
Okay, so thumbs up, huh?
Adeline really has an innate ability to know a good thing when she sees one. I wouldn't have known the value of the items we spotted earlier if it wasn't for her.
Mission accomplished. I've got something for my friend's birthday, which we're gonna work on when we get back to KL. I've got something for myself, and Adeline has got something that has fractured our friendship forever. Because I wanted it too, but she saw it first, so it's kind of like an unsaid rule of thrifting.
Right. It's like who spotted it first belongs to that person.
And I've never thrifted with someone who's so fast as Adeline in my life.
Thank
you win this time, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
But I won't be as slow in our next location.
Let's have another challenge.
Yes, all right, let's go.
Got an old suitcase you no longer plan to travel with? Don't throw it away. Let me show you how to change it into a brand new accessory case. Firstly, remove the existing bands in the suitcase and clean up the insides. Next, pick a fabric and measure it to cover the bottom of the suitcase. Then, just cut off the excess fabric. Make sure you use sharp scissors to prevent jagged ends. Now, take a different piece of fabric of your liking and repeat the previous step on the lid of the suitcase. Once you have all the pieces of fabric you need, spread glue generously and evenly on the surface like you're spreading paint on a canvas. Next, put the fabric in place and make sure you stick the entire piece firmly. Don't worry about the excess fabric sticking out at the sides. Slowly apply glue on every corner and tuck the extras inwards for a neater appearance. While waiting for the glue to dry, let's move on to the lid. This step should be done according to your suitcase's design. I decided not to cover the whole area because I want to keep the pocket. I'm just cutting the fabric again, following the pocket's flap. Now, apply more glue on the surface of the pocket. Again, spread it out evenly and make sure every inch is covered with glue. Paste the fabric first before cutting the excess sides. It's easier to achieve a clean cut this way. Then, snip a small piece off both corners of the fabric. After that, put more glue on the edge of the fabric and fold the extra flap inwards. See how the previous step helped to create a neater fold? Now you've practically transformed the entire inside of your suitcase. And now it's time to get your hooks on. Place the hooks on random spots, but there should be enough room for you to hang up your accessories. Tape them down once you've got the basic layout you want. Now, you don't have to worry about dumping an old suitcase filled with memories. Transform the old into something new with just a touch of creativity and a lot of imagination. We decided to head to Penang Hill next because we were craving for some cool breeze after the intense thrift shopping. Well, going up a hill isn't exactly competition since there's only one way up.
Have you been here before?
No, it's my first time.
Me
I'm
too.
excited.
Yay! We're gonna bring our Penang Hill cherries together.
Cherries.
So I packed my things.
Penang Hill has been around since the 17th century. It was designed, it was plotted out by Sir Francis Light. And you see those bungalows at the side there? Apparently it came up in the 1900s because
Wow.
the British thought that this was the perfect place to get away from the Penang heat. Since it's our first time, I really don't know what lies ahead, but all I can see is it is really, really steep.
It's actually a 2,007-meter journey up on this new air-conditioned coach by the Penang Hill Railway Service. People say that the journey matters more than the destination, but at times, the destination excites us even more, especially when we're about to stand at the top of the world. We can find the most peaceful and calm of surroundings even in the midst of the hustle and bustle of the city. Standing here on this hill with Adeline was indeed a great end to our expedition in Penang. But we had one more thing to do.
What a long day! I'm so feeling this meat right now.
That's because we walk a lot. We walk like an entire day,
We
non-stop.
cycle.
Right.
Our eyes ate a lot, but not our stomach so much.
Yeah, right.
But you know what? Thank you so much for taking me to the small spots behind the corner, at the corner of the corners.
It's my pleasure, sir. Do not exaggerate.
No, it's like how you can just uncover all these gems. And I know it's very precious for someone like you to reveal places like that to me. So thank you so much. for
Anytime.
that.
I had fun. I learned a lot from you. You know,
I
you're
doubt
fun
that,
to be
but-
with.
But you know what? Ultimately, I got my birthday present. I mean,
Oh,
the
that's
birthday
great.
present of my friend.
Yep.
Yeah, and
So-
hopefully we get to do something cool with that.
Yeah, do you have any ideas on how to make it more unique or more personal?
I think I'll have to sleep on it, but I think this live band should give us more inspiration. So let's enjoy it.
Let's indulge.
Yes.
Adeline taught me that you don't always have to destroy the old to gain something new, be it objects, friendships, or relationships. This entire adventure with Adeline brought me on a sweet journey down memory lane and made me realize how every piece from the past has formed into this puzzle that I am today. Amidst the good and bad memories, dwell on the happy moments and keep it close to your heart. That's when you learn to appreciate your past, present, and future even more. Next week on G-thang.
Riding with one of the fastest and youngest female drivers in the whole of Asia. That's the scariest part.